Hey iRacers, welcome back to HotLaps, episode 16 at Kansas Motor Speedway. We're going to talk about a few characteristics that are unique to Kansas and run a hot lap. This week is going to be a bit of a challenge. We haven't had a lot of time to fine-tune our setups like we do in previous weeks. It was just last Tuesday at Chicagoland where Tyler Hudson picked up his first win. Alright, here we go. Really going fast into turn 1, 208 miles per hour to be exact. You want your right side tire to hit that white line entering turn 1. Get as close as you can to the outside wall, right where that Kansas Speedway sign is. Get back on the gas. Come off turn 2 nice and high and smooth. Get right up next to that outside wall. Bring it down a little bit off the turn and aim for that Sprint Cup sign off turn 4. Bring it back down to the bottom, cut the apron, and we'll run a 68. In 2012, Kansas Speedway went under a massive overhaul. Not too long after, iRacing scanned the track, and it was added to the service earlier this year. Banking ranges from 17 to 20 degrees in the turn. Because of this, you'll see a lot of cars running the outside line. The preferred groove is actually right up next to the wall, almost like Darlington. That should make passing pretty difficult tonight. It's very difficult to run the bottom lane simply because there's not enough banking to hold your speed. You might see some guys try the bottom on the restarts, but by the time the first lap is complete, you might see everybody shuffle into the top line. It'll be very easy to get stuck on the bottom. If you see a faster driver make a move to the bottom, they have to try their best to get that pass done in that corner. Otherwise, they might lose 3 or 4 spots just because they have to find a way to get back into the outside lines. You might see somebody dive into the turn really hard, slide up the track, and just hope that they're clear by the time they get up towards the wall. You might see some 2-tire stops late in the race, just because passing will be so difficult to pull off. Byron Daly took 2 tires on a late caution period to gain a bunch of track position late in the race. He held on to the lead for a number of laps before Tyler Hudson finally took control, but that wouldn't stop Byron's tires from leveling off with the rest of the leaders. Hudson had to make a very aggressive blocking attempt down the back straightaway. Byron got shuffled to the outside and eventually went side by side with second and lost any hope of victory. Hudson has been in the series since 2010, and it was his first career win, and he was very excited, rightfully so. Congratulations to Tyler Hudson on his first career win. Ray Alfala finished a solid 5th, stretched his points lead out even more over Brian Schoenberg, Michael Conti, Nick Ottinger, and Marcus Lindsay. There's very few drivers who can continually put the effort in that's needed to run at the front of the field every week. This is a very big reason why Ray Alfala has dominated so thoroughly over the last 3 years. Tonight our race will be 167 laps, and it will be run under the lights for the last time this season. That's all I've got for Kansas. In just 1 week's time, on October 2nd, we'll be headed to Dover International Speedway for 200 laps around the Monster Mile. And then, 2 weeks after that, on October 16th, we'll finish out the season at Homestead Miami Speedway. So stay tuned, PSR TV is going to have our coverage tonight. I've had a lot of fun narrating these last 2 weeks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's been my pleasure bringing them to you. Hope you enjoy the race. We'll see you in 1 week's time at Dover International Speedway.